Hello, my name is Debbie Jacobs, and I wanted to post another video. You know, what I am trying to accomplish is to spread the message of healing and happiness. It's an option for us all, even those living with depression, anxiety, bipolar. I mean, that was my diagnosis. PTSD, OCD, borderline. You know, I think that healing is the cure for mental illness. And what does it accomplish? Well, I'll tell you that by accomplishing positive thoughts and healthy self-esteem, we no longer have negative thoughts and low self-esteem. And 400 million people have mental illness, and they all have negative thoughts and low self-esteem. Nobody has positive thoughts and healthy self-esteem. And that actually is our beautiful, authentic self. That was the way that we were born before hurt veered us off track. And I know, my father was very loving. He had a great heart. He was very generous. He wanted nothing but the best for his kids and their happiness and everything. But his hurt was our hurt. And, and he had anger issues. He used, punishment and hitting us, and you can't do that to a child. A child doesn't develop effectively, or I should say authentically, to who they are when they are under the pressure of punishment, hurt, negativity, pain, upset. They don't develop, into the person that they're meant to be. Pain veers them off track and they become their hurt self. And let me tell you that my father was his hurt self, and he, raised 5 of us, and we all ended up our hurt self. You do not end up your beautiful, authentic self when your parent is their hurt self. You end up your hurt self, the ego self, and that's with negative thoughts and low self-esteem, because all the hurt, now we feel bad about ourselves. And not only that, now we hurt ourselves and put ourselves down and treat ourselves no better than we were treated. And let me tell you something. If I was treated with understanding, with patience, with kindness, I should say, if my father was treated with understanding and patience and kindness, not with anger, not with punishment, with compassion and empathy and patience, a whole lot of patience. It takes a lot of patience to deal with kids, a ton of patience. Like, nobody has the amount of patience that it takes. They have to keep building up their patience to deal with their kids, and that's what's required for parenting, I believe. Because that's what it takes for your kids to turn out their beautiful, authentic selves, for them not to be hurt, and for them to be off the path of mental illness, healing, or unconsciousness. That's what negative thinking leads you to. Positive thinking leads you to happiness, and courage and empowerment, and all these good things that pave the way of happiness, success, whatever, independence, and if you are too hard on a child, if you don't let them be themselves, if you force your will on them, if you punish them, if you physically hurt them, if you yell at them, if you call them names, if you put them down, well, let me tell you, they could definitely be on track for depression, anxiety, and bipolar. If you tell them to shut up, if you don't let them, use their voice, you know what I mean? Kids need to develop their voice in childhood, they can be on track to mental illness. If you obsess about them, having things clean. If you badger them, you can have them be on the course to OCD, to other mental illnesses. And now they're saying that, like, everything's a mental illness, which is ridiculous. Do we want a society full of people living with mental disorders? No, we don't want that. And we don't want a society with negative thinkers either. But let me tell you something. Negative thinking, like, is not the way to go through life. It's like having your own little storm cloud in your mind, and it's just pouring, and it makes everything worse. It makes all your situations worse. Someone says something to you. Oh my God, they're complaining to me. They're pestering me. I'm creating that with my negative thinking. They just said something to me. Why am I saying that they're complaining or they're pestering me when they're just expressing themselves? Because I have negative thoughts. I don't have negative thoughts. I have positive thoughts. But that's an example of negative thinking, and how negative thinking negatively influences our experience. We don't want to go through life with negative thoughts and negative, ineffective coping skills. Negative, ineffective coping skills. Guess what? If you say something to me, if you call me a jerk, my negative, ineffective coping skills is to get mad at you, and to get in a fight with you, and to hit you, and to create upset and unhappiness out of the situation. That's negative coping skills. My negative coping skills is to take it personally and feel bad about myself and put myself down and say, "Oh, this person is right. I'm a jerk," and put make myself feel bad about the situation. That's ineffective negative coping skills. What's a positive, effective coping